Welcome back to Kdramas Decoded, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode of your favorite K-drama. Today we're recapping My Boss Episode 1. This fun romantic comedy introduces us to a passionate K-pop fan whose dream is to work for her favorite idol. But on her very first day, things don't go as planned, and she ends up crossing paths with a handsome CEO in the most embarrassing ways possible. Let's get started. The episode opens with a concert by the popular K-pop group DNX. Among the cheering fans is our female lead, Darim, who is an incredibly devoted fan of former DNX member Lee Chan. Darim explains that before she became Lee Chan's fan, her life was lonely and uneventful. She had no close friends and mostly kept to herself. Everything changed after joining Lee Chan's fandom. Through supporting her favorite idol, she made friends, found a community, and finally felt like she belonged somewhere. According to Darim, becoming Lee Chan's fan completely changed her life and helped her overcome her loneliness. The story then shifts to Darim's home. Her room is filled with Lee Chan merchandise, posters, and collectibles, making it obvious just how dedicated she is. She isn't just a casual fan. She dreams of becoming what fans call a successful fan, someone who gets to meet and support their favorite idol through their career. The next day, we see Darim working at a company called SC Corporation. Unfortunately, her workplace isn't a happy environment. Whenever she asks questions or shares ideas, her senior immediately shuts her down, telling her that it isn't her job to speak up. Most of her coworkers also seem annoyed by her curiosity and don't treat her very kindly. Later, Darim meets her friends and admits that she's thinking about resigning. However, she's worried about how her mother will react. Her friends remind her that her mother has always been incredibly proud of her. When Darim first got the job, her mother was so happy that she even put up banners around their hometown celebrating her employment. She had also prepared homemade rice cakes for Darim to give to her coworkers, but because she never became close to them, she couldn't bring herself to hand them out. Her friends warn her that quitting won't be easy to explain. While thinking about what to do next, Darim looks at a photo of Lee Chan. Inspired by him once again, she makes a decision. She'll apply for a job at Apello, Lee Chan's fashion company. Even if she fails, she wants to at least try. As Darim walks home, we learn more about Lee Chan's past. DNX debuted in 2015, and Darim became one of their earliest fans. Unfortunately, the group disbanded in 2017. Even after the group split up, Darim never stopped supporting Lee Chan. Instead of returning to music, Lee Chan pursued acting before launching his own fashion brand called Apello. That's exactly why Darim wants to work there. More than anything else, she hopes she'll finally get the chance to meet her favorite idol in person. The story then introduces our male lead, Kang, the handsome CEO of Apello. Kang visits SC Corporation for an important business meeting with Director Kim. During the meeting, Kang confronts Director Kim about a new fashion platform the company is preparing to launch. He points out that the concept looks almost identical to ideas he had previously shared with them. Director Kim dismisses the accusation, claiming that fashion trends often look similar. If Kang doesn't trust them, he says, then there's no point continuing their business negotiations. Kang remains completely calm. He delivers a powerful response, saying that while people can copy a trend, they can never copy a philosophy. With that, he rejects Director Kim's investment proposal. Before Kang leaves, Director Kim warns him that the fashion industry is small and that making enemies could hurt his business. Kang isn't intimidated. Instead, he suggests that Director Kim failed to steal Apello's confidential information and should focus on renewing his own employees' contracts instead of worrying about other companies. Elsewhere in the building, Darim officially submits her resignation letter. At the same time, she's anxiously waiting to hear whether Apello has accepted her application. Moments later, she receives the news. She got the job. Overjoyed, Darim runs outside celebrating without paying attention to where she's going. She accidentally crashes straight into Kang. She quickly apologizes before running off again. Kang watches her leave, finding her rather unusual. Only then does someone point out that Darim's face powder has left a visible mark on Kang's expensive shirt. Meanwhile, Darim celebrates with her friends. Elsewhere, Kang meets an old high school friend. Soon afterward, Darim and her friend arrive at the same restaurant. Kang's friend immediately develops an interest in Darim's friend and invites both of them to sit down. Trying to impress them, he performs a magic trick using one of Darim's treasured Lee Chan posters. Unfortunately, the trick goes terribly wrong and the poster tears in half. Darim's friends immediately panic because they know how precious that poster is to her. Realizing he has made a mistake, Kang's friend quietly walks away. Back at Kang's table, his friend starts talking about Lee Chan. He casually says that Lee Chan was nothing special during high school. According to him, Lee Chan was just an outcast and a loser. Darim overhears every word. As Lee Chan's biggest fan, she immediately loses her temper. She marches over and confronts Kang's friend, demanding to know why he called Lee Chan a loser and whether he used to bully him. While angrily gesturing with her drink, she accidentally splashes the contents toward Kang instead. The drink hits Kang directly in the face, causing his nose to start bleeding. Darim's friends immediately apologize and explain that she's been under a lot of stress because of work. But Darim refuses to apologize. She insists that bullying someone is far worse than accidentally spilling a drink. Only then does Kang recognize her. She's the same woman who bumped into him earlier that morning. Darim's friend quickly drags her away before the situation gets even worse. The next day, Darim happily arrives for her first day at Apello. She meets two other new employees named Mina and Yangwoo. Miss Kim gives the new recruits a tour of the company and explains that Apello has no dress code, allowing employees to wear whatever they like. Eventually, she leads them to meet the company's CEO. Darim's heart starts racing. She's convinced that the CEO must be Lee Chan himself. Her friend even gave her a calming pill to take if she became too nervous. So she swallows it before entering the office. The CEO greets each new employee with a handshake. When it's finally Darim's turn, she freezes. Standing in front of her isn't Lee Chan. It's Kang, the same man she embarrassed twice the previous day. Completely shocked, she instinctively pulls her hand back before awkwardly offering it again. She becomes so nervous that she can barely even introduce herself. Kang simply smiles and welcomes everyone to Apello. He tells the new employees that his door is always open and encourages them to treat him like any other coworker. As everyone leaves the office, Darim notices a framed photo of Lee Chan sitting nearby. Unable to resist, she walks over to admire it. Just then, Kang calls her name. The pill she swallowed earlier suddenly gets stuck in her throat. She begins choking. The other employees rush back into the room, and Kang quickly helps her recover. Darim is completely embarrassed. She can't believe she's already caused another scene on her very first day. Later, one of the senior employees complains about the new recruit named Darim, saying she's already creating trouble. However, Miss Kim kindly comforts Darim and reminds her that everyone makes mistakes on their first day. That evening, Kang attends another business event where he once again encounters Director Kim. Director Kim proudly announces that his company will soon launch its own fashion platform. Someone asks whether they're planning to compete directly with Apello. Director Kim confidently says yes. Kang quietly hints that he's heard rumors about Director Kim placing spies inside rival companies. Director Kim laughs off the accusation before suggesting that Kang must think one of his own employees is secretly working for SC Corporation. Before leaving, Kang is approached by a female reporter who asks for an interview. She insists she has important questions for him, but Kang politely tells her to make an appointment before walking away. Later that night, Kang finally meets Lee Chan. The two are clearly close friends. Lee Chan jokingly teases Kang for dressing up and even wearing perfume. He laughs that Kang only ever contacts him when he needs something. Lee Chan also jokes that Kang has become such a workaholic that he probably hasn't dated anyone in years. When Lee Chan asks if Kang has someone he likes, Kang simply replies that his bias is Apello. Laughing, Lee Chan jokes that Kang must secretly have a crush on him instead. Unbeknownst to them, the same reporter secretly watches their entire conversation from a distance. Meanwhile, Darim is still feeling embarrassed about everything that happened during her first day. Her friends encourage her not to overthink it. They tell her that, if she works hard, everyone will eventually forget her awkward first impression. The following day, Darim throws herself into her work and happily helps everyone around the office. While standing alone in an empty elevator, she remembers her friend's advice. Work hard and avoid the CEO. Unfortunately for her, Kang overhears every word. That evening, the company holds a welcome dinner for the 3 new employees. Everyone enjoys themselves, especially Darim, who drinks far more than she should. Kang also stops by briefly. When his coworkers offer him a drink, he politely refuses because he has an important video meeting later that night. Darim impresses everyone by effortlessly opening a bottle in a stylish way. Noticing how much she's already had to drink, Kang personally pours her only a very small amount and advises her to stop drinking and head home safely. After Darim leaves, Kang notices Director Kim behaving suspiciously near Apello's offices. Curious, he decides to investigate. When Kang arrives at the office, he discovers Darim inside. She secretly returned because she wanted to take just one photo of Lee Chan's framed picture. Before she can explain herself properly, she suddenly faints. The following morning, Darim wakes up inside the office. Panicking, she immediately calls her friend to bring her a change of clothes. Her friend tells her that this should finally convince her to stop drinking. Back at work, Darim nervously wonders what embarrassing things she did the previous night. Surprisingly, everyone praises her instead. Her coworkers say she was fun, energetic, and entertaining throughout the evening. Yang Woo and Mina also tell her that Lee Chan unexpectedly visited the company after she had already passed out. They even managed to take photos with him. Darim is completely heartbroken. The one opportunity she'd been dreaming about for years slipped away because she drank too much. As she reflects on everything, she promises herself that she'll never drink that much again. A little later, Miss Kim calls Darim to her office. As Darim rushes toward the elevator, she accidentally drops her wallet. Kang calls after her to return it, but she's so determined to avoid him that she completely ignores his voice. Then the elevator doors open. Standing inside is none other than Lee Chan himself. And just as Darim freezes, in complete disbelief, Kang walks up behind her. The episode ends there, setting up an awkward but exciting love triangle while leaving Darim one step closer to finally meeting the idol she's admired for so many years. If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.